people Carlo back with, as you can see, a new jacket. Let me show it off. So since I bought this HJC grape, very retro looking, it got me into the whole retro vibe, so I wanted a jacket that complemented that retro look, and I looked online, obviously, at all the usual aftermarket places, eBay, Etsy, Facebook, some vintage stores, but all the jackets they had, as cool looking as they were, you know, angles and swooshes and all kind of wild colors, such cool little designs, none of them fit. None of them came in my XXL size, and I didn't want to risk getting a large or even an extra large, because there's no way of knowing whether or not it'll fit properly, right? So I was kind of bummed out, but as I kept searching and looking around, I came across a website called Maker of Jacket, and they had all kinds of different jackets that they can make. They custom make replicas of all the jackets they have listed. So as I was looking through motorcycle jackets, I looked through the Suzuki one, and as I was scrolling, I found this one awesome looking jacket. As you can see in the photo here, white with blue and all these lines and whatnot. So what makers of jackets do is by using those photos as a point of reference, they can replicate it in real life and make their own version of it. Since obviously those kinds of 90s jackets aren't in production anymore, and modern day motorcycle suits and jacket makers don't make that aesthetic, you have to go this replica route. So this isn't exactly official, but Maker of Jacket is located in Karachi, Pakistan, okay? Because that's where this thing was shipped from by FedEx, Karachi, Pakistan. But there is a registered office down, I think it was Florida, but I can't remember. So me being Canada and North America, you make contact with the Florida office, and then they contact the Pakistan manufacturer, and they build it and all that, and stitch it up, and then send it over. So that's why it took about a month and a half. And they don't want the blue because it doesn't match my bike there, black and gray. So I wanted either all black or all gray, and here's my mock-up, or what the mock-up looked like. It was all black, all gray. And then I decided, you know what? Let's do another one. Let's have black and gray. Mix it all up. And they said, yeah, no problem. So customization was really there. I'm going to show you the website and how to customize it and choose the options and all that, as I will demonstrate on this jacket as to what's missing and what I should have gotten. But prices are in USD on that website. Not just motorcycle jackets, all kinds of different jackets. Replicas, don't forget, so unofficial. So this is definitely not made by Suzuki or Dainese, Icon, Joe Rocket, and whatnot. Once I got it, it came in this little zip-up case. It was really small. It was about maybe the size of a laptop bag. And this thing was stuffed in it. So when I lifted it up or picked it up, I'm like, whoa, this is pretty small. Did I order it too small? And when I opened it up, the jacket popped out, and they really pretty much vacuum sealed it, and it was just sucked into one little piece. And then when I opened it up, look how big it is. I have a Dainese leather jacket, and that Dainese leather jacket is a size 60 EU, okay? It's supposed to be 2XL, but it's very slim fit. I mean, it fits me, but I like a little wiggle room, a little bit of space. So when I measured the pit to pit on the Dainese, it was 24 inches. And since it was EU 60, when I ordered this jacket, I figured, you know what, I'll order an EU 62, which is maybe 1 inch wider, so 25 inch from pit to pit on the Maker of Jacket website. And I was hoping, okay, from a XL to maybe a triple XL, it came out huge. Look at this thing, it is big. I would have liked it to be a little tighter. I mean, look at the size of these arms. I mean, look at the jacket, how much, I got about 3 inches here. But, you know, it's okay, because this oversized look matches the 90s aesthetic, right? So we used to wear big, baggy clothing back in the 90s, so just keep that in mind about that sizing, is that these guys do kind of oversize it a bit. So if I were to go back in hindsight, I probably would have ordered an EU 60 on the Maker of Jacket. Here's the arm, just so much room. Look at that. My arm is right where my thumb is right now, so that's about 2 inches. And then the sleeve, look at that, huge sleeve space. About 2 or 3 inches on the waist side, the hips. And the same goes for this side. Unfortunately, when I'm hunched over, well, holding my handlebars on my bike, because this thing, as you can see, because it sticks out so far, my arm covers about half of the mirror. That outer half that watches the outer lane, so I really need to, do this. I have to let go and look over in my mirror in order to get a better view. I can't just, So quality-wise, it is heavy leather. I was expecting the kind of leather you'd find at, those value malls in those leather stores where you could buy belts for like $2, flea markets, that kind of leather. But this thing is pretty heavy duty. Good stitching too, as you can see, pretty good stitching all around. And they replicated the original pretty closely, including these little curly thingies, or just whatever this is. It's soft, it's squishy. Inner lining, customized option is polyester. It's a little loose, right? It's not really stuck on. Stitching still good. You can see a bit of the stitching here. So this waist, Velcro waist size, taking in and out. This was an option that I added on. It wasn't there on the original. This was. The zippers were. So one unfortunate thing is the zipper. So the actual handle of the zipper is metal, but the zipper itself, it's a plastic, white plastic. I don't know how long that's gonna last, hopefully a while. Sometimes I miss zipping it up too. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Now, another thing about the design, on the original photo, they're blue. This part is supposed to be on an angle. It starts off narrow and it gets bigger and bigger, and the waistlines here are supposed to go upward as well. So, whereas this one isn't so much like angled up, it's just a straight across. And here, big difference here. Hypersport is a lot smaller on this jacket. The original jacket has bigger font, and the R is much bigger on the original one. The Suzuki on the arms matches pretty well. However, the stitching is not exactly stuck onto the jacket, so there's a little bit of material sticking upwards. Glue is coming off, or whether or not it's glued properly, I don't know, but the stitching of the letters is okay. The cuff, so this is Velcro, obviously. This here, that's a hard plastic. So I don't know why they did that, why they didn't go with the leather buckle here. And then the zipper, again, the weight plastic zipper. The back. So it's pretty close. I would say actually they got the back pretty identical, the big Suzuki symbol. And they even got this little layered tapered shoulder area. Look at this. This is very 90s. And then the collar. This is one thing that kind of annoyed me. So when I do up the collar is pretty big. And when I'm riding my bike and try to turn my head, it does rub up against my neck. And then if I'm wearing my Shoei helmet, which has a buckle on it, the buckle always gets caught here. So sometimes I'll just leave it open like this and I ride like this. So now you can see I have no obstruction when I'm turning my head, and it doesn't scratch up my neck too badly. Maybe the longer I use it, the softer the leather will get and break down a bit. There are no pockets on the outer exterior of the jacket. All my jackets have a zipper, a vent, and then a large size pocket that goes in here. Zip it open, stick everything in there. But unfortunately, I didn't add that option because I didn't realize it was called waist or air vent waist zipper or cuff or something like that, which I'll show in later on. So I do miss that. I gotta keep everything in a bag or in my pockets. It has an inner pocket, leather lined. Not even my Dainese one has an inner jacket or inner pocket, and it's pretty deep. So at least you can stick things in there. However, there's no Velcro or button, so it is loose and open. So hopefully you wear it tight enough that it doesn't fall off. Interior is polyester. That, again, customized option. Not perforated, just one big piece. Stitched pretty well. Nothing on this side. And then there you see their little logo. Jackets Maker by Cath Group, jacketsmaker.com, which will redirect you to makerofjackets.com. And this surprised me too. It came with a little leather coat hook. Pretty sturdy. And you can see the outline of the back pad. You can see the shoulder, or the elbow pads and the shoulder. The motorcycle jacket did come with armor plates, or armor foam. These ones used these little rubber things. So this was the original armor they gave, armor. It's like just a rubber piece. So it's very flimsy, very thin. Wouldn't really provide good protection. And it's very loose inside this oversized jacket. So inside the pocket that it's sitting in, it's all sliding all over the place. And because the sleeves are so ginormous, there's a lot of room for this to go around. So luckily, I had an extra set, and I decided to just double it up. It's a little more secure. It still slides around up, left and right, but up and down is not a bad. It doesn't really line up, and because the inner lining is not stitched onto the jacket itself, it's pretty loose, so it moves around quite a bit. So safety-wise, not 100%, but at least they provided some. There's a shoulder one, there's the elbow, forearm one, and then the back padding. And I did the same thing with the back padding. I kept the original one they gave, and I had an extra one which I stuck in there, so it's double protected in the back here. It's not really breathable, but when you're riding, because of the oversized nature of the jacket, the air does come, and especially if I leave the collar open like this, I get good airflow. So if you want a good option on replicating a motorcycle jacket, whether old or new, make yourself a jacket. So here's the Maker of Jacket website. Scrolling down, custom fashion and motorcycle jacket. And here are all the categories of different kinds of jackets that you could use or get made. Fashion motorcycle windbreakers, full suits, fringe leather shorts, weird looking leather shorts, cartoon jackets, and here you got sports, Marvel. So 7-step process. Order received, they cut material stitching, quality check, packaging, shipping, and deliver to your doorstep. So if we go to categories, you have all these different ones, motorcycle apparel, motorcycle jackets, and I clicked on Suzuki jackets. It's a little slow, this website, so just give it some time for it to load. There we go. So here we have all different kinds. See, here's another vintage looking Suzuki leather jacket, and modern ones here. As I was scrolling, I'll eventually find the one I was looking for. So, see, here's another one. I was looking at this one as well. I remember this one from back in the day. So pretty cool that they could replicate all of these just by looking at the pictures. So that's pretty good. So let's go to the one I got right here. So like I said in my video, these pictures are obviously from some person who posted their actual jacket online for sale, as you can tell by the quality. And on the right is 374 interest payments. So here's the sizing, from extra small to 10XL, and anything 4XL and up will have a surcharge to it. 6, 10, 16XL. Who the heck is that big? Unless it's, for a movie or whatever. So I went originally I went to XXL here, but then I thought, you know what? Let's check the sizing chart, which is right there. Size chart. So when I looked at the size chart here, USA, UK, EU, international. So using my Dainese jacket as a reference point, I got 60, which is 3XL international. Okay, so I figure let's go 62, size it up one, because since the Dainese one is a little form-fitting, let's size up 1 to 4XL 62, and that's exactly what I ordered right here. The 4XL was a small surcharge of 10%, so 37 bucks. Size fitting for male or unisex, no back hump. So right now the total with the size up is $411.40 US. And here is the advanced customization. So select jacket material. Basically you look at the photo and they just take a guess as to what kind of material it is. Cowhide, genuine real leather, sheep hide, or faux leather. I just left it the same photo material because that's pretty much
cowhide, and it still worked out because my final product was good quality leather, hefty. Inside lining, since we can't see, you really can't say same photo material, so I just chose polyester. You got viscose, polyester, cotton, woolen, quilted faux fur. Since it's a motorcycle jacket, you're going to be sweating a lot. Cotton and woolen and quilting, lining, and faux fur, that would be really, really hot stuff. So viscose or polyester, so I went polyester. Outer color material, white, red, blue, black. I left it white. Inner lining, we don't know, just leave it. Or you could choose black. Hardware color, you know, the zipper, the buttons, if applicable. Same as picture, I left it. Because in one of the pictures, there you go, see it's white. So might as well leave it white. It's good accent color too. So external titanium protectors on the shoulders, elbows, or both. I said none of those, don't need it. Perforated areas on the leather. So chest, waist, arm, shoulder are fully perforated. So, you know, most jackets would have air vents like down the sides like that. Here, in between the arm and the chest. And sometimes, you know, down here. I left no perforation. Air vent zipper. Okay, this is where I messed up on my jacket. So you got chest vents. Let's go back to that photo. So chest vents, zippers. Nope, I said no to that. And I should have chosen 2 vents on waist, which is what I'm guessing would be the pockets that they would add right here. Unless they were doing it sideways, but I'm not too sure. But this is my best guess. By going on the 2 vents of waist, I would have had pockets and the zippers on along the side of the stomachs there. But I did my original order. I left it no air vent zippers. So if I ever do it again or order again, I'm gonna go 2 vents on waist. Cuff closure, left it the same as what the picture shows right there, the zipper and the Velcro, which is, you know, right there, same option. Waist adjustment straps. So in the photo here, you don't see any at all. Right? So I did not want that. I added Velcro straps for 10 bucks more rather than snap single or double buckle. And then pull straps on the zippers. So those little leather things that you would have on that, why bother? Just no. So artwork anywhere on the jacket. If you wanted to add more, I said no. Make your jacket uniquely yours. Add your artwork or logo to the left chest. Well, that's already there, so I wouldn't need it. And if the photo, so here, the Type R Hyper Sport. Okay, I highly doubt on my jacket, the final product that I got, they put down Hyper Sports with an S at the end. I don't believe there's an S. So that's one thing they added, and there's no way to see from the photo right there. My personal belief is that it just says Hyper Sport, but it's okay. But as you can see the font of the Hyper Sport is much bigger on the photo than it is on the final product. Custom name text on the jacket, I left it no name. So there you go, 374 plus 67 in options equals 441.40 USD. And then you could get, even though Mother's Day's been over, you get a nice little discount. I think it was 10% discount, so I did it. And there you go. So you add the cart, loading, there we go. Fill all of that out. So here is where I made the customization on the colors. So what I did was, please replace blue color with black or gray. So that after I sent this off, paid via PayPal, etc., etc., the maker of jacket contact in Florida, emailed me back with a mock-up of the different colors. So customization on the colors was really top-notch, changing the entire thing. So it's simple as that. And there you have it. Here's the summary of what I ordered. If only I added the 2 vents on the waist.